What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to do somewhat of a technical breakdown. We're going to do a little bit of homework. We're going to analyze the charts. Now, I took a long setup on NVIDIA today, and I want to show you guys the reason why. However, I want you guys to really start picking up what I'm laying down, and I want you guys to focus on the charts. I want you guys to focus on the levels. I want you guys to focus on why you would also be taking this trade as well, what you're going to use as your stop loss, and how you can potentially make money and find these setups on your own. That's the number one thing. At Evolution Traders, I don't just sit there and give you guys, hey, I'm in this trade, take this trade. Hey, here's a signal here, here's a signal there. That does no one no good. You have to know price action. You have to know supply and demand. You need to understand why these stocks are moving, and you need to be able to identify the setups on your own so that you guys can also take these trades on your own. You don't need someone else looking over your shoulder to kind of find these setups. You'll trust yourself enough to make money on your own. So what we're going to be looking at here is NVIDIA. Now, we know already coming into the day that AMD has earnings. So if they do decide, which they did, run AMD into these earnings, they ran it off the bell for the first couple of hours of the day, you have to understand that NVIDIA might tail with that. And just like vice versa, if AMD is tailing NVIDIA, if NVIDIA is running or declining as well. So the only thing that we had on our charts coming into today was going to be previous day's high as well as previous day low. You can see it here. It's in purple line. It's the solid line. I have these marked out prior to coming into today's price action. So when we come into today, all I'm really focused on and looking at is the pre-market high levels. So if I kind of scroll this way here and see where did NVIDIA open in the pre-market, and I kind of go all the way back to the starting price action, you can see starting from today here at Tuesday, this is the high price here, even though this is where the stock is just going to open up at, and obviously it's going to trade either, above or below. This was the high price that NVIDIA had, and that price was 467.65. Now the pre-market low was sitting down here. Okay, if I kind of scroll back a little bit, right? I scroll to the side a little bit, and actually I had it wrong. But if we look at the pre-market low was sitting at 463.53. Okay, so 463.53. Now, what we're also going to be focusing on when the market opens here is a couple of things. We want to see, where does price push down to and where does price gravitate towards. Then we're also going to use our 20 SMA here to kind of use as a guide as to where potentially we should be buying long or short and where potentially we should be taking profits. Now, the first initial candle that opens up here at 6:30 in the morning Pacific Standard Time kind of pushes down, then it comes back up. And you can see the area that it's testing and rejecting is the previous day's low. That's this solid purple line. So you can see once we do start to roll over, we get this close through the pre-market lows here, and then we get a little bit of a continuation. Now, someone looking to take the short position, an aggressive scalper, could have very well looked at the 6:40 a.m. candle. They could have, told themselves, if we break pre-market lows, that would already be putting us below yesterday's lows. There's a good possible outcome that we might continue to flush lower. Again, my rule of thumb, when you're trading NVIDIA, you're trading Tesla, pull up the ATR on the 5-minute time frame and kind of see what exactly those candlesticks are moving at. Because I trade Tesla and NVIDIA religiously week in and week out, I kind of know what I'm already looking for on my potential day trades and scalps on these two stocks. I'm looking for $1. I want to lock in some profits there. $1.50, $2, I'm out. I play 10 contracts. That's just how I do it. If you play 1, 2, or 3, you have to adjust, where you're taking profits. From there. But what I would recommend to anyone is that if you can get $1 very, very quickly, you can get $1.50, $2 very, very quickly. I would definitely get out of my position and then break even on the remaining contracts. So if you look at the candle at 6:40 a.m. that closes below pre-market lows, you'll also see at 6:45 we confirm the loss here. You could have taken the trade here below around 462.70s, and that went from a price of 462.70s all the way down to around 460.50. So again, just looking at that 462.5 area all the way down to 460 and a half area, that's $2. So based on my rules already, you would have taken profits at $1, $1.50 or $2 and been out of the position and then leave the rest for break even. Now I didn't take the short position here because I was focused on a Tesla short at this point in time here. But once I seen that the market wasn't continuing the lows, wasn't continuing the lows anymore, and we started to chop around, the next thing my brain starts to analyze is, if we do push higher and we reclaim the 20 SMA, are we back into the pre-market lows? Are we testing, previous day's low? Are we, what range are we in? So you can see here at 7:25 a.m. In the morning here, Pacific Standard Time, you can see that not only we close over the 20 SMA, but we also get back into the range, okay? We also get back into the range of the pre-market low session. So this 725 candle now becomes my reason why candle, and the reason why I'm looking to get into this trade. If this next candle confirms, I'm going to jump long and I'm going to set a 1-bar stop. So that 1-bar stop is essentially giving me between 463.75 all the way down to around 462.16. It's giving me about $1.50 worth of risk. Now, if you go back again for the third time, how much am I always looking to take on Nvidia and Tesla? $1, $1.50, $2, and then I'm out. So I have no problem risking that 1-to-1 R on this trade. I have no problem risking $1, $1.50, $2. If you have a problem risking that much money on one particular trade using a 1-bar stop, either you need to size down by playing less contracts or play a smaller name. With that case being said, at 7:30 a.m. we do confirm the high price here. Your money should be thrown into the 7:30 a.m. candle. Again, as long as we're holding the pre-market lows, as long as we're holding our 20 SMA, we're going to continue to ride this into where? The next area of supply. That next area of supply is previous day's low, and that price is sitting at 465. So you can see here our entry is at 463.77. I have full intentions of selling half size into supply, because what happens, right? What happens if we do enter here, set a stop loss here, and then this rejects? And instead of taking profits, we hold and it does something like this, right? Now you're in a loss. Now you're in drawdown. Now your emotions are activated. So what I always do is, if this is going to be my entry and this is going to be my stop, I have plans of taking profits into supply. I want to lock in those gains here on half size. Depending on where we close, I'll give it the next candle to see if we continue. And it was on this candle that I quickly sell out. And I would love to tell everyone that I sold here, or I sold here, or I sold here. However, the truth of the matter is, when it comes to day trading, you never know where these stocks can stop. You never know where the candles are going. You just have an idea, and you have to kind of play out your idea in your head based on supply and demand. However, I sold as soon as we started to break this high price and the candle started to push up very, very aggressively. So we could call it the lower third of this candle is when I sold out. And if we kind of look at the lower third of this candle, the price is sitting at around 465 and a half, 466 from an entry price of around 460. Let's call it a little bit of slippage. Let's call it 463.80s, 464s. So I made about $1.50, $2 by the time I get in and I get out, by the time the market orders is filling me. And I'm always market in, market out, just to make sure I'm getting filled, especially when these stocks are moving. So on that size, I was able to make $750 very, very quickly. And if you just look at the amount of time that it took to make that $750, it was between between minutes of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. So in less than 30 minutes time, you were able to pull in what some people can make in 1 week. A $750, trade is almost 40 hours worth of work, depending on where you live and how much your hourly rate is. So again, I would love to say that I caught it all the way at the top. I would love to say that I made $10,000. However, that's not the way that I trade. I will probably never make $10,000 trades because my style of trading doesn't allow me to do that. My rules and my game plan doesn't allow me to hold that long. It allows me to just get in, make that 1-to-1, that make that 2R, 3R max, and then I'm pretty much out of the trade, always using a 1-bar stop and always kind of trailing that stop with the 20 SMA. So again, you know, in order to trade like this, your charts can be very, very clean. They can be very, very simple. Previous day's high, previous day low, pre-market low, pre-market high, and then we trail it with the 20 SMA, and we play pure price action in between, using each level as a level of supply or demand, depending on where we're trading over or under. I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys want more information, you guys want to trade with me, you guys want to see the entire trade, or when I was calling this out in Discord this morning, definitely join the Discord or join evolutiontraders.com. That's where you're going to get access to all of my courses. You're going to get access to the community for life. You're going to get access to one-on-one coaching, so forth and so forth. I'll see you guys all in the next video.